Gaming and Kebab all the way through. Now, we did have predictions for who would win in these individual matchups, but gentlemen, I don't think I've asked you who you think is going to make it all the way to the grand finals.
Ooh. Gut saying Humble SK. That's what I'm going to go with. Oh, look at that. Oh, they won. Good job.
Appreciate you letting us know, boss.
Thanks,
Appreciate
boss.
that.
Yeah, thanks, brother.
Thanks. Well, I'm just going to take a little note there. Congratulations. And as we're playing a best of 5, that's going to leave Humble victorious now. We took a look at that bracket, and yeah, you know exactly where they'll be moving into on that slot. But we didn't get to see a lot of the gameplay, so theater of the mind, imagination, paint me the picture. How did Humble do that based on everything you've seen them play?
It seemed quite fast,
Yeah,
right?
that's the first thing that
It
came to
seemed
mind,
quite
was
fast.
quick.
So I'm thinking maybe they just kind of walked over them, kept it in spawn. 10 gems to 3, something like that.
Oh.
Probably is how it will have ended, at least in my eyes.
Yeah, I mean, you're probably right. That felt pretty
Fast.
rapid. I mean, compared to Brawl Ball, you know, you can dump in a couple goals pretty quick, but Gym Grab, you have to at least wait for 10 gyms to spawn. That felt like a little bit of a speed run right there. I think if you're Torby, this was not the easiest luck of the draw. Obviously, you're playing the defending world champions, and yeah, they held up. They're still good in 2025.
And historically, like, if, you know, you had to predict maybe that they got played through the rest of these maps here, would there be one that Torby would have a good shot of pulling through on?
I think there's a few games that would have been better suited for Torby, and I think definitely they shouldn't kind of put their heads down for the year to come, because they have just been paired against the toughest team in the world, never mind just in EMEA. So I don't think they should, discourage themselves for 2025 as a whole, considering they've just come here and been swept by, as I said, the best team.
Oh, absolutely. It's no shame here, and we're starting the year, but there's much, much left to be played. Gentlemen, any final thoughts on this matchup before we move on to the day?
No surprises so far. Like you said, I mean, kudos to Torby, at least in the opening set. I thought they drafted well. I think they're going to show promise. I think as a prelude to the year, they're going to be one of those teams that are close to that top 8, right? I think they're in that mix. So
They're looming on the edge of LCQ.
Yeah, we just found out there's 7 spots for this region, possibly more depending on how the Brawl Cup goes, but I think they're in the mix for that for sure.
All right. Well, gentlemen, I think we're going to get some stuff sorted, so we'll be right back, but we'll see you shortly, everybody.
Welcome to the Brawl Stars Championship 2025. With more action-packed events, a total prize pool of $2 million, and exciting changes, you won't want to miss it. Let's dive in. In 2025, the championship starts in February, featuring 6 months of online play and 3 in-person events, exploring locations new to Brawl Stars Championship. You're increasing points earned for monthly qualifiers to create a more balanced playing field, and doubling all points during the summer split, adding excitement up to the last chance qualifier. Seeding has also improved. Instead of random assignments, placements are based on points and performance, ensuring fairer matchups each month. We start the year with the Spring Split, which contains 3 monthly seasons through which players can earn points for their regional leaderboard. Did we mention we'll have a 3rd in-person event in 2025? Introducing the Brawl Cup, where 8 teams from around the world will compete to unlock an additional World Finals or LCQ slot for their home region. After another 3 monthly seasons during Summer Split, we'll kick off the postseason with a 16-team Last Chance qualifier, before wrapping up the year with the 16-team World Finals. Each monthly season has 3 phases that kicks off with the in-game Championship Challenge event, after which players choose a persistent team to play with in the regional monthly qualifiers, which are now split into 2 distinct days. Day 1 of each MQ is for up-and-coming teams to battle through a single elimination bracket, from which the top 16 teams will make it to Day 2, where the 16 top-seeded teams from the region will await them in a double elimination bracket. Top 8 teams from the MQ will enter the prestige of the broadcasted monthly finals and a significant boost in leaderboard points, making every win 1 step closer to the trophy. After the summer split, 16 teams without a World Final spot will have 1 more opportunity at the Last Chance qualifier event. From here, 4 victorious teams will earn their golden ticket to the World Finals. Finally, we arrived at the pinnacle, the World Finals. Here, the 16 best teams in the world, legacy players, fresh talent, and fierce rivals will duke it out in front of a live audience until only 1 team is left to raise the trophy. Who will emerge as the top champions of their regions, earn spots in the World Finals, and take home the trophy? Join us and find out. It's a new, exciting year at Brawl Stars, with new formats, larger events, rewards, and opportunities for everyone. Let's brawl!
The Champions Invitational, powered by Snapdragon Pro Series, is brought to you by Snapdragon Elite Gaming and DHL.
Welcome back to our Brawl Stars tournament. We've got the Champions Invitational featuring the 8 best teams in EMEA. And we've got Spoo on the desk now too. Welcome, Spoo. How you doing?
Woo! Happy to be here at the Champions Invitational, watching the best teams in the world duke it out here. Am I right, Trav?
You are right. I mean, I'm never going to tell you that you're not right about calling EMEA the best teams in the world. So
Kenny's not in the room.
I'm very pleased you're along with me and not Kenny anymore. Let's put it that way.
Well, Spoo, we just had a big win there from Humble over Torby. It was predicted by the entirety of the talent pool, but that's no shake a stick at Torby. That's just honoring what Humble has achieved. Your take on the matchup, though?
Well, I think as the entire talent team more or less predicted, it was going to be a 3-0 sweep. And, Kenny did mention quite a lot about how a lot of it would be draft decided, and I think that's precisely what we saw.
Oh, we did see some of those incredible matches, and hopefully we'll see a little bit more, but we're getting ready for now. Reply Totem versus Eternal Fire. This is a matchup that's a little bit closer. Rosters that you guys are well familiar with, players you know very well. Let's start just talking about Eternal Fire. I would like to know these guys a little bit better. Who amongst you can do that for me?
I mean, I think either of us can, to be honest with you. They've been lingering around for a while. Mebius, Nob, and Buzzcoat being the new addition as well. Mebius and Nob have got a long history, and it's the same on the flip side with Maro and Mori. We'll get to them in a short amount of time. Starting things off with Eternal Fire, I mean, Mebius and Nob, as I say, played together for so long, adding this additional bit of aggression in, I will say, with Buzzcoat. Definitely an extremely strong tank player, and nothing pairs better than that with Mebius' favorite brawler of the house.
Yeah, I'm not surprised here. Mebius is super well known for his Max. EMEA doesn't have a lot of great Max players compared to like a region like East Asia where basically everyone plays Max. But yeah, with a player like Mebius that can carry that Max for you, it really gives your team quite a lot of strategic depth. And I think that's going to be what Eternal Fire in this meta are going to try to pivot towards.
And this team, Eternal Fire, has kind of part separate. Well, break down this timeline for me here, Spoo.
Well, starting off in 2022, this is when Mebius and Nob first formed their team. They competed for about 2 years, but surprisingly, in 2024, they parted ways, forming Eclipsa or Gichiki. And now, in 2025, they have reunited as Eternal Fire.
Beautiful to see it. They teamed up with Buzzco there. The three of them, great synergy. History, perhaps? What can you tell me about them as a trio?
It's just something they're going to have to work on. I think this synergy is not something that can just be built overnight, and I'm sure it's definitely something that they'll have been working on over the past few months, at least, when they decided to come together as a team, and luckily enough, been picked up by Eternal Fire as well, a very good org that kind of came into Brawl Stars late last year with the World Finals. Having Gugu, OPA, and Mebius, it was a very solid roster overall. So I'm glad to see them back once more and back with another strong roster. And I think Buzzco's going to be a great strengthening back.
Now, I know you talked about all these players. You get a great sense of how they're moving in the kind of roster apocalypse and the change-ups. Any sense of how they actually came together? And we're taking a look at a Reply Totem here. Nope, we're taking a look at Mebius again. What?
Mari. Hello, Mari.
There we go.
You're looking handsome.
Thrown for a loop there. Hi, Mari. So, Reply Totem here, as I understand it, Mari have been together a long time. Angel Boy, now the new pickup for this duo.
I mean, they seem to go through thirds like underwear, to be honest with you. Like changing them pretty much every single day. This team, the two of them, as you mentioned, stay together. Maro and Mori, their partnership's as old as time itself. But they swap out the third like nobody's business. They were with Soydabressa for quite a while, a couple of years. Then they brought in Joker, who was a bit of a young gun, expected to be kind of the powerhouse of the team, the one doing a lot of the work, as the other two just chill a little bit. And last year, Chaos was that same fact. They brought him in, and it worked really well. Managed to get really far along in the World Finals. This year, we question, is Angel Boy going to be Totem's next savior? This was something that Angel Boy said on social media after being eliminated from the LCQ. Was playing on STMNAU at the LCQ with Drage and Bobby. Sadly, didn't make it to the World Finals. And, as he said, it was his first year as a drafter, as a leader. Mistakes were made, and he's just looking to iron out those mistakes heading on into 2025.
Well, definitely can learn from mistakes. Seems like he's absolutely motivated, but he's got a big position on his shoulders. IGL, he's got to be in charge of the draft here. What is it like coming into a well-established duo and then having to make these choices?
Well, this is a new team for him. It's very unfamiliar territory. I know that he's a great player, he's a great leader, but he's only 19 years of age. It's still very, very much young, and he's coming into what, as you described, pretty much a marriage at this point. Maru and Mari have already been playing together for such a long time, and now the pressure is on him to basically have to fill in the shoes left by his predecessors, Joker and iChaos. That left shoe and right shoe is pretty large to have to deal with.
Well, let's take a look at the maps these teams will be playing on for this quarterfinal round. We will establish all the players, all the teams know these maps, they know these game modes, but we've mixed them up, we've laid them out. Now I wonder how it's going to affect this matchup, crowd.
Yeah, well, we're going to be starting things off in Brawl Ball instead of what we had last time in Hot Zone, and that definitely gave a big advantage early on to Humble, who were able to